I'm here for you.
I know you're a little bit early, but let's start anyway.
You know who the supporters are now?
Hi.
Good, how are you? Okay, I'm sure I was Linda. Was Linda good? Maddie, good to start? Another tough reset for you on court. Just talk us through how you're feeling physically and your thoughts on the match.
Feeling pretty good. I think Donna played really well at the beginning, and I felt like I wasn't executing quite how I wanted to. So, was really happy that I was able to kind of flip the script a little bit in the second set and kind of play a pretty solid third set.
Right, Matt, Matt.
So just the tiebreaker. Sort of deja vu all over again a little bit with a tight tiebreaker, and from given what you went through in Australia, were you drawing any of that? I know you've been doing tiebreakers for like 15 years or something like that, but coming back the way you did.
No, didn't really think about Australia much in that breaker. Just really obviously getting down early in that tiebreaker, wanted to kind of try to level it up as quickly as possible. And I felt like she was playing really well, and I felt like I kind of had to try to get ahead in the point a little bit sooner, so started going for a little bit more.
Are you having fun out there?
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be a little bit more fun if it was straight sets, but yeah, I'm really enjoying myself out there, and obviously just kind of riding the wave of momentum.
Do things feel a little bit different for you? This is your first event since Melbourne, and it is in the United States, so obviously there's going to be a bigger focus on you after Melbourne. So when you're on court, when you're wandering around, does things feel totally different?
I don't know if they feel different. It's obviously like a tournament in the States, and being an American, obviously I think there's probably a few more eyes on me, but I feel like at the same time, given winning the first slam of the year, eyes probably would have been on me anyways, no matter where I was. So I just felt like it was more important to be really ready to be back on the court instead of trying to kind of rush things just to get the first tournament post-Australia out of the way.
After a tiebreak like you had that saw a few set points, how do you then, what's going through your mind on the changeover, resetting for the next set and refocusing?
I think I was just really focused today on trying to get off with a good start. I think sometimes after a close tiebreaker and winning the set and kind of having a little bit of like a surge of energy and everything, sometimes you can get almost a little bit too amped, and then all of a sudden you're 4 points in and you haven't made a ball. So I really just wanted to try to play really tough the first game and just try to get the things that I was doing well in order to close out that set, just kind of starting off from the start with that.
Matt, did you have another?
Yeah, sure. What's the routine like out here for you? I mean, you've been coming here for a long time. Are there particular places, particular things you like to do? Or you mentioned you were staying at a hotel this year, like staying in a house next year. But is there a sort of set way you go about your business when you're in this part of the world?
I feel like it's kind of the same everywhere. Off days there's coffee, practice, go back to the hotel, eat dinner, kind of the same everywhere. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously nice being here, and it's nice kind of having a car and you can drive around and see a little bit more of the city. But I mean, all in all, I think it's kind of the same routine everywhere.
Being domestic, is it easier to either have friends and family come here and see you, or also just being in the same time zone that they can watch you and that you communicate differently with people while you're playing the U.S. or same time zone tournament?
It's not really different for me. It's probably different for my friends and family where they can sleep. But My mom watches all of my matches, no matter where I am in the world. So I think she's happier these weeks because she doesn't have to wake up at 2 a.m. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of all just the same all the time. It's just been my life for the last 16 years, and I am where I am, and if people can watch, great. If not, they can't. I never really have a ton of friends or family physically come to the tournaments. Occasionally, I'll have one or two, but I kind of like to have this be my job and kind of keep it separate. They can come occasionally, well, sometimes, but yeah, I think more than anything, it's just they all get to sleep and not have to set alarms all hours of the night.
Okay, we'll do two more, Phil, and then Craig. Yeah.
Congrats. Two things, two random things. If you had to pick your favorite venue on the circuit and on the tour, what would that be? And if you could pick up a telephone, so to speak, and talk to that 14-year-old kid who left the Quad Cities, or maybe it was younger, and went to Florida, what would you say about your journey and what you've accomplished?
I always really love playing in Charleston. It's one of my favorite places to play. I think the facility is phenomenal, but I just think, I mean, the fans in Charleston they're so fun and excited to be there. And I think I played my first tournament. I think I played my first time there when I was 14 or 15. And it's just, lots of really great people, Bob and Eleanor. And so always really happy to go back there. And I think we ended up moving when I was 10. And for most people, everyone kind of thought that we were crazy, that we were picking up and moving to Florida, and that my parents and I thought that I could actually be a professional tennis player. So I think more than anything, just kind of trust your gut. Good things typically happen when you just trust yourself and you believe in yourself.
And if I could just quickly ask, my understanding is that you got your family to move to Florida. How did you manage to do that, if I...
I mean, I didn't actually. I was 10, so I didn't actually dictate the move. I told my parents that I would like to play professional tennis, and we had been doing summer camps at Everett Tennis Academy, and I was a little bit behind, especially fundamentally, and John kind of sat my parents down and said, look, if you actually want to do this, you need to do it right. And they did. So we picked up and we moved.
Okay, last one, Craig.
Something quite different. My colleagues and I on BNP Paribas Open Radio, which we'd love to have you on as a guest, we've been having a discussion about whether good friends can also be serious rivals. Chrissy Evan in there yesterday, she was talking about the relationship with Martina even when they were playing. What do you think? Do you think it's possible easily, or is it an effort for close friends to be rivals?
I think that it's definitely possible. I think that there's probably matches where you've played a close friend and neither one of you played great tennis at the same time. But I think at the same time, some of my best matches have also been against really close friends. So I think it's possible. I think when you throw in the extra element of being incredibly close, it's kind of a 50-50 chance on if you kind of see some of those extra nerves kind of bubble up during the matches.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. All right, we'll move back.
Okay. by me. Oh my God, you had two?
I got you too.
Okay.
That's what you got.
Thank you. I might try a dessert later, but I might have to find some protein first.
Yeah. Do you want me to go through this or is it done?
Oh God.